person.
I'm ready. If we had time. We don't have time, Jason. I don't even want to dangle that carrot because there's no grab for it, and I got to yank the carrot away. You know how many people get me to yank away the carrot? Here's a question. Yeah. Then I'm not going to ask if we don't have time? Yeah, if we had time, what question would you ask? Well, I mean, it's pointless because we don't have time. But what I would ask is, how many of you are doing your very first supernatural convention? Anybody? And then I would act surprised by the number of hands. I don't have time. No time. I do not have time. And I want you to know this, I'm genuinely sorry. All I wanted to do was come out here and have time. Have time, a little time to joke around with my buddy Jason Man, say hi to the band. We don't have time to say that. Look, I don't have time to introduce the man playing drums for you right now. I don't have time to say, Stephen Norton! I don't have time to say, you know that I would though. You know I would. Okay. And I don't, I mean, dude, this kills me because I flew through it and we've had a great time. It's been a great start to the convention. We posted a photo of ourselves on Instagram. We're getting along like a house on fire, which is unusual. But I don't have time to say the man on the bass guitar right now, rocking the sixless, is Michael Bora, the robot himself. I don't have time. Sorry, Mike. Oh shit, dude, I got to scoop. We gotta do it. I hope we can. I don't even, dude, what we're gonna do tomorrow, I promise you, tomorrow, no, you're saying fine, but I don't want to hear it. Tomorrow, I promise you, I will say all the guitar, rhythm and loud and live. That's Mr. Billy what I'm trying to say. And tomorrow, it will bring me so much joy to point to you. Well, I'm not over here tomorrow, but we don't have time. We don't have time. I mean, I won't be on stage. I'll be here at the convention, but you know. But it's fine. We don't have time. If you don't have time, you don't have time. We don't have time. Hold on, don't worry about it. Because we have, you know what? I was gonna do it anyway. No, but we don't have time. We don't have time. We'll put on the whole day. We'll be right behind the whole day. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna dishonor the system. No. I wouldn't do that. It's something. It takes away. It sells these things. That's right. And it's not about me. I don't get to come out here and do what I want. No, you're I gotta stick to the script. As written by the team of writers backstage. That's it. They make up to 3 figures annually to scribble down what I say. And I'm gonna stick to that. I'm not gonna scribble their works. It's ridiculous. It's insulting. But if I had the time, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jason Man. That's what I would say. I don't have time to say it.
Maybe someday we'll have time.
I don't have time to say it.
It's fine.
But Jason, you think you can give this band a little bit more time? I mean,
It's all about because we don't have the time.
Right.
The person whose time it is.
I'm not sure we have time for him. We're running out of time. All right, fine. We'll just, he can do what he wants for the rest of the show. I don't know, man. I wish I'd been able to come out and do a proper intro, and I'm really sorry. I was rushed. This was truncated. It's not what I wanted to do. It was very brief. I was barely here. This is like a Sasquatch site. You're not even sure if you saw me. All the photos are going to be blurry. No, moving constantly, yes. Oh. I thought this was the whole show. It's a time thing? I didn't know we were short on time. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, getting this barnyard party started for you, Mr. New Jersey himself,
That was amazing, guys. I had time to pee. I applied chapstick.
I'm really sorry, dude. I was ready to...
Sanitize. It was awesome.
I promise you we were going to do a full intro. We ran out of time. Next time, though. Next time. DJ Qualls, everybody.
Hey, guys. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah. I am happy today. I woke up in such an annoyingly happy mood. I was telling people this morning that I've had a revelation recently that I've become a positive person, and it's so annoying. Like, my inner Daria, I think, has left me, and
How dare.
I've become a bright side looker. I just, on Wednesday night, I wrapped my company's very first movie. I opened a production company. So it was like 2 years of our lives, thank you. It was a big deal for us. I'm starring in it and producing it. I don't wish to do that part again. I'm going to only do one or the other. But it was amazing, and I've become a problem solver and just happy. I bounded out of bed this morning, and all the karaoke themes for the year crystallized in my mind. So and I have a new job on Chuck Lorre's new HBO shows. All this good stuff is happening. This is very much a good news, bad news thing. Good news for me, bad news for you is that I actually got something, so the world's shittiest game show would it be why it's so shitty. I bought an 18th century Chinese teacup and I left it on my nightstand. So I know, isn't that terrible? So the gift, so the prize today isn't very good, but it's kind of cute. It's a sort of like, these are very common in Greece. I bought a bunch of them, hold on. The thing I will never become is organized or not ADHD minded. So look, it's like Disco Mary. It's like a little pouch so you can put things in. So it's useful. These are all over Athens. I think only tourists buy them. I bought 10 of them. So what was going on with you? It was either that or it's Disco Jesus. I kind of have a crush on, so I'm gonna keep it. So you're getting Disco Mary. Speaking of having crushes on, I kind of have a crush on Mike. Isn't it cute? He's so cute. It's a low-grade crush. I'm not trying to do anything about it. For several reasons. Okay, so guys, welcome to New Jersey. I'm so excited to be here. And also tonight, karaoke, please come. We tear it up now. My costume, I'm so excited about. It took so many back and forth with Amazon because the sizing was off. Like, I bought this thing 4 different times. But I found the right size. It's gorgeous. I'm excited. It's 80s. And as the year goes on, I'm going to give everybody about a month lead time with themes so everybody can put their stuff together for future cons. The one that, and I haven't cleared interviews with Stephanie, but I'm so excited about DC. DC, I had a full suit of clothes made that I can't tell you, but it's awesome. It's so awesome. It's so great, I want to wear it in my everyday life. But that would invite some ridicule, I think. Okay, so guys, welcome to the World's Shittiest Game Show. You're going to win a Disco Mary pouch. So how this works, has anybody ever played this before? Yeah. Amazing. For both. Yes. So here's how it works. So I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 125. So every time you engage me in any way on one of these microphones, ask me a question, say what's on your mind, tell me what you had for breakfast, whatever you want to do. At the end of it, you guess at the number, and whoever's closest, and it's not as close to that going over, that's Price is Right, that's trademarked. So you're going to win a Disco Mary, and a hug for me. We can still hug each other, right? COVID's practically over, I think, knock wood. So let me pick my number. It's a good one.
7.
Oh, that's great, 12. 12. I'll pick... Oh, you'll never guess this. Okay, guys. Welcome to the World's Shittiest Game Show. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Hi, I know you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw like 113 into the mix.
Okay. Oh, we're starting with that. Pretty short on foreplay this morning. Give me right to that. What did you just get out of prison? So what's the number?
What? I said 113.
113, I got you. Perfect. Terrible guess. I wouldn't tip it. No, that defeats the whole purpose of the game.
Okay. So I actually want to start off kind of serious. What is your prime breakfast meal?
My prime breakfast meal?
Prime breakfast meal. I'm not talking like what you had today. I'm talking like if you're having a day where you're having the breakfast, what's on the plate?
Here's the thing, it's so sad, but so this I had it today actually. So I don't drink coffee, so I have a Diet Coke for breakfast, or a sugar-free But the thing that I love more than anything, I love bacon more than anything. And so I have a bacon and a croissant with egg whites is my favorite, and a little cheese melted on it is just turns my crank. I didn't have the bacon. I just had a croissant and some bacon today. But bacon, it makes me happy. The thing I know, I don't eat beef because I had this pet cow named Flash growing up, and I tried to buy him shooting chipmunks because I grew up on a farm, y'all. I was pretty stupid doing that in New York City. So my stepdad, I asked for a gold chain when I turned 12, and my stepdad bought me a rifle. And I was like, have we met? And so, and around that time, or no, about a couple years before that, we used to get the animals for birthdays and Christmas presents. I know you asked about it, I'm telling you a story about the farm. That's the way this will work, by the way. You will ask a question, I will answer 30% of it, I will forget it, tell you something else. That's the way it is. But I don't remember what the question was. Anyway, Flash, let me tell you about Flash. So Flash was this cow that we got, and they would give us these animals for our birthdays and Christmas presents, so we would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and feed and water them, right? And so ultimately they would go onto greener pastures, if you know what I mean. And when they sold the cow, like the meat, you would get like a little cash, and the family would get food. Two good things, right? But anyway, me and Flash bonded. I got this cow. Something must have happened to his mom, but he wasn't weaned yet. So how you wean a cow is that you dip your hand in like honey or like water, and then you dip it in feed. And cows only have one row of teeth. And so they would suck that off your hand, and then they'd get on solid food. So we bonded. So I could call him, and he would run over to me, and I would get on his back and put my head by his ears and my feet by his ears and my head on his butt, and he would just ride me around. Same as Flash. And also he had a lightning bolt right down, like a Harry Potter style lightning bolt right down the middle of his face. And I just loved him, and we bonded. He was very smart. So I tried to buy him. So my stepdad, chipmunks are bad. They eat up your stuff, right? They're adorable though. But so he said, every chipmunk you shoot, I'll give you a quarter. So I would wake up every day, shoot chipmunks, so I had a full bucket, and I would hand him the bucket, and at the end of the day, he'd count them out and give me a quarter of chipmunk. There is no way you will ever shoot enough chipmunks to buy a cow. I'm telling you right now. It's impossible. So I went to Boy Scout camp a little while after that and came home, and my mother's spaghetti is, first of all, the only spaghetti I like meat in, and it's awesome. And you know where this is going. And so I ate Flash without knowing it. He was killed without me knowing it. So I ate my own pet. In my mind, it was like eating a dog, you know what I mean? And so now I don't eat beef, although I will go to Wendy's twice a year and tell them that I want them to make it like the commercial makes it look, and because that was where me and my grandfather went when I was young, and so twice a year I'll have a Wendy's hamburger. But you know the thing about it, when it's ground up, it doesn't fit like cutting into a steak, it's just not for me. Pigs are fair game. And that Arnold from Green Acres, he was the most annoying thing. I hate precocious children. I really hate precocious pigs. Seeing a pig type a letter out, hell, I hate that. Thank you. I don't remember what you asked. It doesn't matter. Did I answer some of it? Bacon. I had bacon in a croissant.
Yeah, I had the same thing actually, but whatever my question was, no, I had bacon. She's my croissant. Where's my grill?
I suppose that.
Whatever my question was, literally that was better, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for playing the World Series game show. Hello.
Hi, I'm Krista, and I'm doing Mad Libs. I've done Mad Libs with you before.
I remember. I have one in my bag.
So I'm gonna finish this up on Sunday with Rich and Rob.
Okay.
And anyway, you are given an adjective. If you can give me an adjective.
An adjective, let's see, sparkly. I like sparkling things, I really do. If everything in my life could be gold plated, I would be so happy. I love sparkly stuff. Is that it?
And my number is 59.
What's your name?
Krista.
Krista 59. Okay, I got you. Sparkly. It's a great adjective. Krista 59. I wonder if it's possible to use up all the positivity that you're allocated, and in like 2 years from now, I'm going to be a terrible person. That's what the movie's about. It's about somebody who's the world's meanest man who falls in love and it makes them awesome. But then it runs out, and he becomes a terrible person and he starts puking black goo on people. It's a love story. It is really. All right, thank you. I think I answered that whole question, didn't I? If you ask me one-word things, you're 99% guaranteed to get an answer. Hello? I like the color of your jacket.
Thank you.
I'm going through a pink phase myself. The Goodwill in North Hollywood in Los Angeles is where all the rich people from Beverly Hills send their servants to deposit their belongings. And I went in there looking for an ugly suit and left with 10 shirts for $50. I'm telling you, Goodwill, North Hollywood, on Lancashire.
I agree.
Yeah. The shirt cost $3. $3! And I don't have a lot of color in my wardrobe, so I bought 10 shirts and I colored in my shoes so tight. My zipper's up though. Winning.
Hey, I'm Charlotte. So,
Hey Charlotte.
hey. So, me and Emmy, the girl who asked the question earlier, want to start a podcast, basically. So, I was wondering, if you had a podcast, what would it be about? What would the name of it be? What would you talk about? Because we're totally going to steal the idea. It's a joke.
My podcast, that's also interesting. In the movie, Evil Lou, which will be out in theaters sometime in the future, I don't know, we just finished. He's a podcaster. He's a mean man who has a podcast called The Vile Hour, because his name is Lou Vile. And then after he becomes a positive person, he has one called The Love Hour. And it's sickeningly sweet, kind of up with people, Oprah-y, self-help stuff. But if I had a podcast, it would be called Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ Qualls. It would be me just getting drunk and talking about things. And you may actually see this podcast, because I have a podcast pilot deal with CBS. And I went as far as buying the microphones, and like 6 months ago, and they're just under the stairs in store boxes. But I'm going to do it at some point. The thing is, I just went through a Chinese porcelain phase, so I spent the last 4 months chain vaping and buying antique Chinese porcelain at auction. Because I would look pretty silly as an old gay man without that Chinese porcelain behind me. So I'm thinking about the future.
Great. So I cannot steal your idea unless I'm going to get sued. Great.
You can try it. I mean, the thing about it is, it's just drinking and talking about stuff. It's not exactly groundbreaking. It's not the light bulb. So I think we're safe. But the title though, I think is pretty good. Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ Qualls. Actually, it would be with DJ Kelly. Because my friend Kelly would be my podcast co-host. She actually is the co-host of Jim Jeffries' podcast, but she'll be better online. What's your guess?
What number do we go up to again?
125.
77.
Perfect. Awesome, thank you for playing Little Chitty's game show. It's just gonna get worse from here, I promise. What time my shoe while you talk?
Yeah, you do that. Good luck. Double knotted. Be safe. Don't trip.
I got this.
Yeah. I have one question for you in your becoming a happy and morning person, which I also
So annoying.
so frustrating. It's like white. It's so lovely out, and it's sunny. And what am I doing?
Yeah. I join things and go places and do stuff. Like I'm on a bar league softball team, and usually I just stand in the outfield holding a Truly or like some sort of carbonated like alcohol beverage and do this. You have to throw it right to me. No, up here. It has to go in the glove. But now I think I may run. I know. Things are changing.
Way more fun stationary.
Of course. I like moving and doing stuff and trying, but I think I am moving into that phase of my life. right as my knees are starting to creak and I'm having noticeable trouble digesting raw vegetables. I'm getting old, but I'm getting positive. So I actually want to do stuff, but I'm getting old. It's awful. What are you talking about?
Do you need a hand?
I want things to be complicated. What would you say?
What would your montage song be?
Oh, my montage song. Probably Lovely Day by Bill Withers or Walking on Sunshine. Have you ever heard the German version of 99? But it ends, I think the last thing she says after you're bopping out is, Fliegen, Fliegen. It's not the prettiest way to end a song. But I like that too. But I would probably use the English language version. I know, I'm disappointed to everybody here. That one thing turned it. Garth was beloved by the fandom, but that English language Walking on Sunshine thing was the straw that broke the camel's back. Is that it? Did I do something? Perfect. What's your name and your guess?
My name is Dean, as in Winchester, and my number is 44.
How do you spell Dean? 44. Okay, thank you. Are you 44 or 24? Perfect. 44 adds up to 8, and 8 is my magic number. I have an 8 tattooed on my arm, but you didn't win. I love being alive. I may live forever. I'm looking into it. Hello.
Hi, my name's Hope. How are you doing?
Hi, Hope. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, my favorite character that you ever played was in The Core. I thought that was an amazing movie. Loved it. Watched it a million times. What was your favorite character to play?
Oh, that's hard, man. The thing is, so somebody brought up, I think it's at a national, like Dragon Con or something like that, like a big convention, they brought up all, snapshots, like they made a book of like snapshots of my characters, and it was supernatural based, but there were other things in there. And it's hard to look at yourself, it's hard to watch your work, because it's like hearing your voice like on an answering machine, but like it's surround sound and all that stuff. And but I got really emotional all of a sudden. I was like, oh, this is like a yearbook of my life. These are little snapshots of like, I remember what we ate that day, and I remember so many things that you forget. Because like there are 200 people on the other side of that camera, like doing things, and the finished product I'm not really attached to, because I didn't edit it, I didn't write it, I didn't color correct it, I didn't do anything other than be there. So all the stuff around those moments is the stuff that you think about. And so that has more impact on how I feel about the work than the actual work does. I was on a show called Legit for 2 years that I loved. It was the least I've ever been paid. I had to go into my savings to pay the mortgage, but I just loved it. I obviously love this because Supernatural is giving me is the most I've gotten out of a job. Meaning like just longevity and this. I mean, this is my job. I'm at work right now talking to you, and how awesome is that? I love it. And it gave me my best friend. Ty Oakley's my best friend. I met him at a convention in England. And so me and Ty are on this thing. I talked about it this morning. So I get all my skincare done in Canada because it's like 20% of the price. And so like I get microneedling. Do you know what microneedling is? They put 100,000 tiny holes in your face, and then it feels like you're getting a tattoo. But it grows like the wounds make collagen grow. And like I'm getting one of those necks where my neck is trying to leave my Adam's apple, like it wants to get away from it, so I need to pull it back. And tape doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And so I go up there to get that. So me and Ty are now in this married person's routine of I do stuff to my face and he takes care of me afterward. And that wouldn't have existed without Supernatural. So that's how far I go down the line with stuff. So when somebody asks me, what's your favorite anything? It's also when somebody asks me, what's your favorite movie you've ever seen? What's your favorite? I've never seen a movie in my whole life. If somebody asks me, what's your favorite song? I've never heard a song. I can never think. It took me 6 years to pick the lighting fixture above my kitchen island. It was a bare bowl for 6 years. That is true. And it took me 3 years to get a couch. I had a twin mattress in the living room for a very long time. Choices are hard for me. And I don't even remember what we're talking about. What we're talking about? I'm a favorite character I've ever played. I like Garth a bunch. He's great. He's actually the person I would aspire to be like the most because he's patient. And maybe I think I'm becoming that. I'll be meditating. Give me a diaper. I'll go sit on a mountain and say some wisdom by the end of this. So, are you Hope?
Yes.
What's your guess?
68.
Okay, thank you, Hope. I answered most of that. I feel good about that situation. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Delilah. I'm at my
Do
first...
people always sing that song to you?
Yes.
I know, because here's the thing. When it just came into my head to do it, and I almost did it, and then I realized that probably is your life. People do this to you all the time. So come up to me later and I'll do it in private.
Kinky.
So, this is my first convention ever. So
Welcome.
my first one.
Is this the first panel?
Yeah.
I'm your first panel, and I'm gonna wreck this for you.
My question is, if you could portray yourself as any cartoon character, who would it be and why?
Children like me because I think they think that I am a cartoon character. Everything on me is a little exaggerated. I have a kind of a high-pitched voice. I dated somebody that looked like Barney Rubble for 7 years. Like, very much like Barney Rubble. If I were going to be a cartoon character, I think Speed Racer is hot. I kind of want to be Speed Racer. Or like...
Roadrunner.
Oh, I would never want to be Roadrunner. That's too much physical activity. Anything that runs. I wouldn't want to be Tom or Jerry. Woody Woodpecker I've always liked. I identify with Pinocchio for obvious reasons. I have a big nose and I was called Pinocchio as a child and now I embrace it. Pinocchio's awesome. Yeah, probably Pinocchio. Or that cat. Did he have a cat? Yeah, maybe that cat. No, I want to be Jiminy Cricket. He was charming, he could sing, and he was little. Or Mr. Peanut. I also like Mr. Peanut. No, I want to be Jiminy Cricket, not Mr. Peanut. But I do like Woody Woodpecker, but he's so annoying. So here's what the cartoon character I don't like. I don't like Foghorn Leghorn, because everybody who does a southern accent tries to do El talk like that. Kevin Spacey, when he was on, I couldn't watch that show before he was, I knew he was a bad guy from a long time ago, but I couldn't watch that show because he talks like Foghorn Leghorn. You know, he was like, he's all like, I have all power. Nobody talks like that. Nobody has ever talked like that. You want to come in here and usurp my power? Nobody talks like that. Foghorn Leghorn talks like that. I say, I'm running for president. I really don't remember how that came about. What did you ask? I'm just curious. I'm not going to answer it.
Your cartoon character.
Oh yeah. That all was relevant. That all was relevant. It would not be Foghorn Leghorn. I dated Barney Rubble. He looked just like Barney Rubble. He came up to me at a bar, and I told him this: I'm not going to date you because I'm going to Hollywood one day to be a famous actor. Like, so stupid. So dumb. I was young. I was really young. And then he pursued me, and then I went up giving in, and then we were together for 7 years. But he looked like Barney Rubble. But the Barney Rubbleness of it never bothered me. Barney Rubble's kind of cute. If you had to choose between Barney and Fred, you probably want to be with Barney. I'm not going to say it. Something popped in my head. But I'll come up to me and I'll say it privately. After I sing the song to you. Are there a lot of children here right now? How many? If there's a child here, straight. How old?
Almost 2.
Oh, come on now. You got another 3 years. No, yeah, no. Oh yeah, you don't remember. I don't remember anything until I was 4. One of my first memories is my mother and aunt fighting over my birthday cake. My aunt made me a teddy bear shaped cake, and I didn't remember the argument. They told me as an adult. My mother accused my aunt of buying a store-bought cake, and it was homemade. And my aunt Joyce got so mad she threw it on the ground. That's one of my first memories. And I know I went, well, Joyce, this cake tastes good. Is it store-bought? No, it's not, I made it. Wait, no, it tastes store-bought though, doesn't it? It tastes so good. And then my mother, probably browbeat her into throwing it to the floor. I mean, I get it, I would throw that cake to the floor. Did you guess the number?
No, my number is 88.
88. Oh yeah. There are videos of cartoon characters doing things. Are you aware of this? Doing extracurricular activities. And I stumbled upon one of those that Barney Rubble was in. Fred would not have been happy. Little FYI. It just popped into my head. Once you see something you can't unsee. I was doing this movie once, this TV show, this zombie show, and the guy, the focus puller, do you know what a focus puller is? It's literally the guy who he's sitting at camera, and he pulls a tape measure out, and whatever your actions are, and he has a little focus knob, so as the scene goes, you're always in focus. Or if I'm talking to you, and then they rack focus, I'm blurry, and you're, all that stuff. So but it's a job that has a lot of face time with the actor. So he was probably near retirement age, and like a cowboy boot wearing, cowboy hat wearing, good old boy. So I would get songs stuck in his head, and like Baby One More Time, or like some Backstreet, all poppy stuff that a man who looked like him probably wouldn't sing. And I could hear him all the time, they're like, one more time. And I'm like, I did that to you. And so he got the ultimate revenge. One day I was trying to get a Backstreet Boys song stuck in his head, and he came up to me and did this. And it's awful. It's awful. Do not look at this. Once you see this, you will not be able to unsee it. It has changed the course of my life. He came up to me and said this, do you know what sounding is? And I was like, I do not. I Googled it. I will never, ever, ever mess with an older person ever again. It was the ultimate mic drop trump card. It's something that I think about in quiet times in the middle of the night. It is so disturbing that once you see, you cannot unsee it. It is awful. I don't understand. People are weird. It's bad. It's very bad. And I showed it, but because it traumatized me so much, I've had to show it to like 40 other people because I shouldn't have to bear that alone. But don't look at it. I'm telling you, this is one time, it's wet paint, don't touch it. Everybody's going to touch that. I'm telling you not to do this. You will not be happy. Your life will not be more rich after you do this. It will diminish your life immeasurably. Do not Google sounding. Hi. Wait, I should be over here, right? That was a little bit of a false start here. Hi.
How are you? I'm Donna.
I'm amazing. Donna?
How are you?
Good. Did you say your name is Donna?
Yes.
Okay.
And I understand about the sound one because she sent me a picture of it because I didn't know what it was.
It's awful. It's awful. Why would you do that?
I don't know. It's really painful.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Staten Island.
I could never have guessed that in a million years.
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
have you had anything?
Are we related? That's what I do.
Any more reincarnation incidents?
No, so she's talking about one time I got so high I thought I was Mary Pickford reincarnated, the world's first movie star. It's something that happened, it really happened. I was a brand new weed smoker. I went and bought weed alone. I rolled a joint that was basically the shape of an envelope because I didn't know what I was doing. So I smoked, but I was smoking like a quarter of an ounce of weed or something, like this. It's not drawing, it's not, but I got insanely stoned, so I'll cut out the middleman, and I thought I was Mary Pickford she died the same year I was born. Not true. I know what year I was born. She did not die the same year I was born. But I believe that she did, and I was looking at it thinking, oh, that was the year I was born. It's not. Weed isn't for me. Although somebody in the band turned me on to weed gummies for fun, and you just don't care. So it does soften it for me. Although I didn't take one on the way here, but I went to the lounge and got some drinks. You haven't asked me a question, have you? Did you? What was it? Oh yeah, I got high. I thought I was very good. I did too. What's your name? Your guest or your Donna? Do people sing this to you? And I keep wondering who's holding Donna now.
I love that one.
That's a great song.
It is a great song.
That's when people used to dance like this. It's the 80s, right? It's like,
Is that going to be like?
oh, that's a good song. We don't usually typically pick a lot of slow songs, but if somebody did that, I think we could probably pull it out. Yeah, what's your guess at the number?
Well, because nobody gave you any foreplay, I'm going to choose 69.
Awesome. There has to be, if there's not one, I would be disappointed. Yeah, it's not 69, but sometime it will be. You'll never know. So somebody's going to have to guess it every time. Or maybe it'll always be 69 from now on. Or maybe it won't. I control this. I'm the boss of this. I'm in control of the world's shittiest game show. Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Am I dark here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt that. Although I probably look younger here. So Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm amazing. Sickeningly so.
So my question is if Garth wasn't a werewolf, if there was any other supernatural character you'd like to be?
Jody Mills. They're female characters. Ellen, I like. I would never want to be Bobby, because I got a lot of crap for even wearing the hat, which I stole, by the way. I have that hat. They don't ever give you anything. They only ever gave me Mr. Fizzles, because Mr. Fizzles is the voice of Mr. Fizzles is the voice I used to talk to my dog in. I had this dog who was born with too much water in his brain. He could only walk in a circle. All my animal stories are tragic. But they told me he would die when he was 2, but he lived to be 10. This dog pissed on my belongings for 10 years, and I loved him. It was like having a giant hamster. He could literally only walk in a circle, so he'd see you over there, circle over here, fall down, circle over there, fall down, but he'd always make his way to you. And his penis was too big for his body, so every time he peed on his chest, every time. His tongue was too big, and he never closed his mouth. He was a series of genetic. I had to have his kneecaps replaced. It cost me $5,000 a year every year of his life in vet bills, but I loved him to pieces. And he was not responsive, but he responded to that voice, that Mr. Fizzle's voice. So Supernatural gave me that puppet. And then like a year later, I zipped him up in my luggage and I had to have him rewoven. So now I don't travel with him because he's special to me, but I've been offered a lot of money for him. But I made replica puppets of the mittens that we sold for St. Jude. Which is a really great thing for all of you who bought them. Thank you so much. I St. Jude's is very close to my heart. As a child, I had cancer, and they paid when we couldn't, which is amazing, right? I wanted to go on for a billion years. You didn't ask me. Did you ask me anything? What was it? Tell me what it was. See if I can guess.
It was if you weren't a werewolf.
Oh yeah, Ellen or Jody Mills. Ellen really got. I thought I heard footsteps. Ellen really got the shafts, right? They blew her up in her bar, didn't they? It wasn't her bar. Whose bar was it? A surplus store. Was she a bar owner? Okay. I mean that's the through line. It should tell you a lot about personality. Like the first thing I think of, a bar. I do love bars. Bars are like community centers for me. You go there, you read, you get your work done. I mean, you don't have to get loaded all the time, but you sit there and you don't have to tell anybody where you're going. It's like a very down market Soho House. You know those things where like rich people and yuppies and all that stuff go to have meetings and stuff? Everything I do is at a bar. I was on a kickball team at a bar. I'm the captain of the trivia team at the bar. I like bars. What's your guess at the number?
32.
32. What's your name?
Isabella?
Isabella. But I'm not promoting drink. I mean, I'm not a role model. Don't follow me. One look into the closet in my bedroom, and nobody would ever want to do anything I do. It's a nightmare. Hi.
Hi DJ, my name is Pepper. My question is, have you acquired any new Egyptian artifacts?
No, but I just bought a clawfoot from an ancient Roman vessel. It's about this big, it's bronze. It was like $70. There's an auction house go to liveauctioneers.com. There's an auction house called Palmyra Heritage, I think. And they have you can buy 2,000-year-old Mexican whistles for $40. Because these things are not plentiful. These are things that are going to wind up in museums. They're just cool little things. But my favorite things are Egyptian burial figures. That's what you're talking about. But they've become very expensive. And so I stopped. So I bought a bunch of them. So now I'm moving on to, I'm really into pre-Columbian stuff right now. Like ancient Mexico stuff. The market also is depressed in that. So things that cost $30,000, because it was a big run on it in the 50s, $30,000 of 1950s money you could pick up for $300 now. So, and also with the rise of affluent Latin Americans, they're going to want their stuff back. So, buy it now, sell it back to them? Or give it back to them. But there's just so much of it. These aren't rare things. These are 2,000 years old. Every person who died had 1,000 of these figures. So they're not rare things. And basically I look at it like this. You're taking it, museums would just have it in a storage room because they're not museum grade. But you're taking care of it and you're teaching, you're learning about history. And it makes you understand humanity and our place in the world and where we came from. I love this kind of stuff. Also any excuse to buy something. I love buying things. Isn't it awesome? Did you guess at the number?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for playing the World Genius Game Show. Hello?
No, she didn't guess.
Oh, you didn't guess? Well, I decided that you did. Can I guess for you? What's your name?
Pepper.
And here's the thing, Pepper. I looked at the list and everything, and there was, and Isabella was the last one at 32. So I don't know what happened there. Don't pull a bread out of a $10 item. You won't like the result. I'm not going to think about it. What was your guess? 21. Perfect. Has anybody gotten close? I can tell you that. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm amazing.
That's lovely.
Are you in my line with a pillow that's not me?
It's Sammy!
I'm joking. But I sleep with myself every night. I have a large pillow and I sleep with it every single night. I put my left arm on him. I do, every night. And that tells you that I sleep alone.
I felt bad because Sam's not, or Jared's not here, so I was like, we're gonna...
Is Jared not coming this weekend?
Did you not know that?
No, I don't like to know things. No, I didn't know. No, I mean, it impacts you guys more than it impacts me. I love him, but I see a lot of him. I mean, we can't get away from each other. I see these people more than any person in my life. Yeah, they're coming out to get me. Did you ask me a question or did you just tell me? Oh, I bogarted your time. Ask me a question.
What was your thought process when they asked you to come in as a werewolf?
I was pissed. I was at a wine tasting. I sat on the curb and drank wine like Britney Spears did at that gas station in 2007. That's where I was. People taking photos of me. I was mad 'cause I thought they were going to have to kill me. I didn't know how they were going to ride around that because monsters have to be killed. But I survived. Thank you guys so much for my panel. By the way, that the winning number was 71, and it was 71. And Pepper, was it Pepper?
69 would be the closest.
All right. Oh, no. Charlotte, 77 was the closest. Is that right? No.
Done?
No, 69 actually was the winner. This game's a little itchy. Come on up here. Who got 69? Donna. And I keep wondering who's
She's right there.
holding Donna now. Here you go. Here's your disco Mary. And a hug. All right. Yep. Come on up here. Thank you, Donna. Your accent is adorable. And you'll never lose it. I know you can't. Thanks, guys. I have the best time with you. This is just the beginning. Come to karaoke tonight. We're going to sing.
Karaoke monster. That was great. And by the way, we're about to break new ground right now. Do you know that?
Yeah, the technological marvel.
We're leaping forward to a space-age time where you are and what you're doing doesn't matter because you're about to be here. We're doing a virtual panel with one of our favorite people of all time. And I want you to make enough noise that she hears how excited you are to have her digitally arrive onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, it's so good to see you.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. I can't tell you how much I miss you. Am I like a hologram on the screen dancing around?
Yeah, they have an actual, it's a hologram. It's not even on a screen. It's a 3D hologram. Yep.
Can you like hug me?
We're holding you right now.
Awesome.
honestly, I feel like this is what it's like talking to an astronaut. I mean, there she is. It's like, wow, this is good technology. How are you, Rachel?
I am so good, especially because I'm here now. I miss you all so much.
We miss you.
This is the most amazing day.
This is
Can't
super
wait
cool.
to be here with the whole family.
Well, for some additional comic relief, they decided that the band and Rich and I should make sure that this technology works correctly.
Which is really the blind leading the naked, if I might say.
It doesn't, yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah. So I
But
guess
if
we're
you
gonna.
don't turn it on and off the computer, that's about my level.
Well, we'll see. So we'll throw it to a question from the audience.
Okay, so anybody wants to ask Rachel a question?
Am I really lucky enough to share the stage with you? This is amazing.
So if you're asking Rachel a question, come to the center aisle. We're switching it up. So we're not doing the this way she can see. All right, let's take a question.
Hi.
Hi. So what was the best thing you've binged since we saw you last?
Oh my goodness, God, I've binged so much. I'll tell you something truly embarrassing. It's not the best thing, but I got really into binging Korean shows for a while. I started studying because I get bored and I study new languages, and so I was watching a lot of K content. But beyond that, the best thing. Oh my God, there's been so many good shows.
Plus
I loved.
Emily being on Mandalorian.
What was that?
Plus Emily being on Mandalorian.
Yes, that was amazing. Mandalorian was amazing. I've pretty much finished everything because I am at home, getting to do such things. So I'm at a loss for like, what is the absolute best? I've actually also loved, I don't know if you know, but Kieran Culkin was family for a while, so I started watching Succession, and he's so good on that. So I've really been enjoying that. It's a brilliant performance. I really love what Robbie's done with the Winchesters. I've been watching all the content that all of our families put out. I've been enjoying Kung Fu, and I've been enjoying, I'm trying to think all the Winchesters, Walker, all that. But I especially was like really impressed with what Robbie did in terms of making the Winchesters so inclusive and current, but at the same time, delving into the past. I don't know, what did you think? What has been your favorite shows? Because I probably have been enjoying that too.
No, all of the nerdy ones, all the usuals. Actually, I've been watching Ghosts and trying to watch the UK one too. I like comedies.
Nice, I picked up on it. What was that? You like comedy? There's been some good comedies on Apple as well. Like Ted Lasso, obviously, and I also really enjoyed I'm trying to remember therapy. What was the one recently with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Anyway, it's good. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I'll see you. It's so good to see you. It's been so long.
Mine is more of a comment rather than a question. I stopped by the Rainbacks table before coming in, and I started my